Hey there, gang. Your Ukulele here, also known as your Guitar Sage, and today we are going to learn how to decipher a chart. A chart is a visual representation, if you will, of a song. Different than sheet music, whereas sheet music specifically tells you the notes to play, and tells you how to play them and that sort of thing. So typically sheet music is going to be for those that know how to read music, and it's also for those, I don't want to say that are less creative, but it's for those that where the part is designated. So for instance, if you're in an orchestra, they're going to tell you exactly what you're to play on your sheet music, whereas a chart lets one be a little bit more creative. It gives you more of a structure, a basic structure of a tune, and from there you can kind of embellish on it. So a lot of studio players will do this, especially Nashville players. Not as much LA and New York, although those guys are kind of catching on with this way of thinking. And sometimes you do want to have a very specific part, and that's where musical notation comes in handy. But if you want a player to be able to kind of do their own thing, that's what these charts are great for. And they're great for learning tunes because you can do it fairly quickly. So let's delve into this. Today we're going to be doing two charts. And the first one is a chart that I did in Word, in the program Word. You could do it in whatever, text edit or something like that. But I try to do most of my charts in Word and that sort of thing if it's a very simple song and there's not a lot of what we call pushes, diamonds, and that sort of thing. We'll talk about that. If you haven't already and you're just kind of viewing this without the ebook, check out yourukesage.com. That's U-K-E sage.com, or check out yourguitarsage.com, and both there's ebooks there for each appropriate instrument, and it has everything also that you would need in order to read these charts. So this video is a supplement to that ebook. But stick around because you'll learn some stuff even if you don't have the ebook. Okay? So, specifically, we're going to be looking at two tunes today. One of them, like I say, I did here in Word, and I prefer to do those in Word, but if it's something that has more detail, then I will do a handwritten chart, and the second chart we're going to look at is a handwritten chart. Okay, so let's look at the first thing here. When you're looking at a tune like this, usually these are on one page, so that you can just be sitting there and playing, and you don't have to flip any pages or anything like that when you're in the studio and or playing on stage or something like that. So typically it's all on one page. Specifically here, I want to kind of have you look at this from a general view first, and then we'll kind of drill down and get closer. If you notice on the side here, we have things like intro, verse, chorus, chorus 4, that sort of thing. This is to tell you the basic part of the song, and of course everything that follows the heading is, this is the intro, and everything here is what is involved in the intro. So that's kind of the basic song from here down. Okay, these things at the top here tell you other things. The song's in 6, so that means 6/8, like 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, as opposed to a song that's in 4, like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, which is the majority of most tunes. So this tells you kind of the feel of the song. It also means that each measure would get 6 beats. So this would be 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so it doesn't tell you the strumming method. There's a lot of other details that it doesn't tell you because, again, we're trying to get the skeleton of the song. Some people will interpret the song completely differently. Maybe someone would finger pick it. Maybe they finger pick 1 2 3 4 5 6. Somebody else may strum it. Somebody may just hold the chord out for 6 beats. So it specifically is not going to show you the strumming. Sometimes I will put the strumming on a chart, but most of the time I won't because it's left to interpretation. Okay, so Okay, so let's go back to the top here. So this tells you the timing that the song is in. This here tells you where to put your capo on your instrument, whether that's the ukulele or the guitar. I'm going to put it up here at the top to put your capo at whatever specific fret. Okay. Sometimes I'll have the title here and the artist and that sort of thing as well. Okay, so we mentioned these are the different parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, da 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 da. This right here represents anything that's in those brackets there. We are to repeat. So, and if it doesn't say how many times to repeat, like if I wanted you to repeat it 3 times, I would put 3x right there. That would mean repeat that entire section, or actually do that entire section 3 times. Not play it once and repeat it 3 times. Play it 3 times only. Okay? Now, if I don't have that there, then you just have that with the brackets, and you just play C, A minor, and then repeat it. After the second time that you repeat it, you come down to the verse. Okay? This right here, I'm going to take that out because that's kind of my own little bit there that I don't usually put in charts. But okay, so let's look at this right here. You'll notice this is a little bit different. You see 2 chords in the place of 1 measure. So of course that means this is still 6 beats, but these 2 chords would share that 6 beats. So this would take 3 beats, and this would take 3 beats. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get it? Okay, split measure. The chords need to be played. 2 chords need to be played during that time. Okay, specifically here you see this EF again. That was me doing another note regarding some bass notes. So ignore that for right now. We'll get more into that as we get into the handwritten chart. Okay, that's the bulk of this chart here. We're going to move on to the next one. This chorus 4, basically the way this song goes is it's intro, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Just keeps going for the first 3 verses, or first 3 up to the first 3 choruses, and then there's a 4th chorus. Okay, moving along. Let's get to this other chart here. Okay, now this is a handwritten chart. Like I say, handwritten charts, I like them better because there's more detail in them. Some people don't like them because they say they're messy. Doesn't matter, right? We're trying to play music here. Play it unmessy. Okay, it's just music. It's just a piece of, it's a sheet. So it doesn't play itself. You have to play it. So give it life. All right. So here we go. This specifically, I wrote it's the guitar feel of C. That means you would be using chords like C, A minor, G, D, that sort of thing, or D minor. But sometimes you won't see that written either. So, but specifically here, I did put capo 5. Okay, so you can see that there, and that means put your capo on the 5th fret. And you see a bunch of numbers here. Now, these numbers will look very foreign to you if you haven't checked out the ebook. It's another way of looking at chords. It's also called the National Number System. If you don't know it, it's a great thing to learn, and I do teach it in the ebook. So check it out at both those websites. Okay, so let's ignore the numbers here and just act like these are regular chords, C, G, and all that stuff. You have your repeat symbols again, right here and right here. You can see that in this case here, I just put V, C, like verse, chorus, fade, meaning a fade out, and there are your repeat symbols again. Okay, you see some other things here, like for instance our underline, which means that it's a split measure, so 2 beats and 2 beats, right? What else about this one? Okay, so we said that this song's in the key of 4/4, or sometimes what we call 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, that sort of thing. So that means that this is a measure of 4, and this would get 2 beats, and this would get 2 beats. Okay. What else? Here, the time changes to 2/4, or what we call 2. And that would mean that everything here is in 4, except for this section right here, that gets 2 beats. Then it goes back to the 4/4 time signature again, or what we call 4, and each one of these would get 4 beats, 4 beats. Okay, Beatles did that a lot. Some other bands that do that kind of thing as well. You see that again down here. Okay, The little number that you see right here, that makes this chord a 7th chord. So if, for instance, if this were a C chord, it would be a C7 chord. Okay, what else? This is a flat 7 chord. So if this were say an F, or yeah, so if this were an F chord, then this flat would make it an E. Or if it were a B chord, then it would make it a B flat. Okay, there you go. That's the kind of the quick of how to read charts here. If you need more help, check out yourukesage.com. Get the ebook there. Also, check out yourguitarsage.com if you're a guitar player, and the diagrams and the descriptions that I have in there will help you a ton on deciphering these charts. All right, thanks for stopping in. Go practice. Your Uke Sage, your Guitar Sage, out.